Shall we begin?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid-back, down-to-earth life coach, Aisha Isreal. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations, Season 4, Episode 1. I am so excited, and I hope that you are too. I had an eventful summer. Hope you did. I'm trying to think, what can I talk about right now? We have so much going on. We have a new segment this evening. We have a new boss chick. We have new co-hosts. It's almost like a brand new show. I got a new, I don't know what I have back there, a new backdrop. But anyway, so let's see what's going on. Tonight we have a new boss chick. Her name is Dr. Keisha Kidan, and she told me that I can just call her Keisha. So I'm going to try to remember that. But as I told her, you know, you spend time earning those degrees and get those letters behind your name. I think that you earn the right for people to recognize that. And then we also have Spotlight on Beauty with Miss Lika, who is an independent skincare and beauty consultant. So I can't wait to hear what she has to share with us tonight. And I hope that you just came ready to get some good information and to have some good conversation. And of course, I hope that you brought the wine, because we're going to get into some conversation and have some laughs. And I want you to sit back and just have a really good time. So I'm going to try something. I was having a lot of trouble, transparency, loading my boss chick intro. So I'm going to have to share my screen, which is something that I really do not like to do because it seems to delay time. But I am going to try and load this video and get ready for Dr. Keisha Kidan. Not sure what that was. Okay. For Dr. Keisha Kidan, I really appreciate your patience. Let's see, can we get it? Not her, Keisha Kidan. I got it. All right. So, what happened? Dr. Keisha Kidan. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me? Dr. Keisha Kidan, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. I was like, I can see you, but I couldn't hear you. How are you this evening? Uh-oh. Can you hear me? We did great during sound check. I'm not muted, am I? Dr. Keisha Kidan, are you there? Uh-oh. It's not even letting me mute your mic. Okay, there we go. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a chance to figure out what's going on, and we're going to move on to Shy T. You ready? Hello there.
Hello.
How are you, Miss Imani?
Tired.
Yes, I understand, but the audience doesn't understand. So this is Miss Imani, who brought us Shy Tea all of season 3, and now it's season 4. And what's your tea for today, Miss Imani?
I caught the pregnant.
You caught the pregnant?
Yes, little old me.
Yes, you're having a baby.
Yeah, so I'm 6 months, and it's a girl.
Yay!
They told me it was a boy at first,
Oh, sorry.
so
So,
but I got the baby name already.
what's your baby's name?
Gabrielle, Gabby.
Oh, that's so sweet. Now, do you have a baby bump to show us? How do
Oh,
we know for sure you're pregnant?
look, I still got on work clothes, so you probably can't even see it. A
Oh,
little, a little bump,
I
a little
see it. Yay!
bitty bump.
Oh, yay! I'm gonna be an auntie.
Thank God, no stretch marks.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Okay, well, did you want to say anything to the people?
I got married too.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm a missus now. I still feel the same.
Okay, are you going to come back and visit us?
Yeah, I would try because it's
Okay,
school. I got 5 classes this semester. Preparing for the new baby. Um, Gotta cook for the kid that's already here and stuff like that. So work.
the
So
kid that's
yeah,
already here.
I'm
Okay.
a busy person.
Okay, well, cool. Well, I just wanted everybody to know why you weren't going to be with us for season 4 because you
Yes,
did
but
such a
hopefully for
wonderful job.
season 5.
Okay. Oh, all right. Season 5. I love it. Okay. Well, thank you, Imani, for coming. And I will check in on you and the baby and you let us know how it's going. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And then up next, I'm going to, I'm trying to think, should I go back to my boss chick? Should we try it again? Let me see if I can get her. All right. Dr. Kaden, can you unmute for me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yay! Yes, I can hear you. Your video screen is not as clear as it was at first, but I can hear you.
Oh my
Can you see and hear
gosh.
me? Well, we
Yes, I
look.
can.
Okay. All right. So I didn't get to give you a proper introduction because we were having such technical difficulties. But this is Dr. Keisha Kidan. She is our boss chick for the evening. She is, I'm going to say, education/technology extraordinaire. She has her own company that she runs, but I am going to allow her to take the floor and tell you what she does and how she does it.
Well,
Go
thank you
ahead.
so much. I'm sorry for the tech issues, but it just goes to show it doesn't matter who you are. Technology does what it wants to do. But anyway, thank you for that introduction. I'm Keisha Kidan, and I have a company called Professor Kaden and Company. And the motto or mission of my company says to train and teach the world. And it's because I was teaching online classes and writing blogs and just trying to use technology to share information and learn with other people. And I noticed that people all around the world were taking the classes or reading the blogs. And I was just like, this is an incredible way to shrink the world. So
Yes.
out of that was born Train, Teach the World. And I feel like we can use technology to really connect with, teach, and share with people all over the world. So
I
kind of what I
agree.
do.
Yes. And so how long ago did you get started with that?
So I actually started my company in 2015. I was leaving a job in public education and going into higher education, but I still
Okay.
wanted the opportunity to work with younger students and manage or develop programs that I thought would benefit students with technology. Because we see so much technology, it's in everyone's hands now. And learning what to do with it and how to use it is just an ongoing, never ending process. So I wanted to continue to kind of do work with that audience, even though my job and my role at the time was taking me away from working with children. So that was what the company was born for.
Got it. And so with children, what's the age range that you mainly work with?
So at that time, and probably since too, I like to work with students who are in high school
Okay.
or right around as they're going coming out of middle school, because we find that there is a more reasonable ask
Hmm.
of them to actually transition this device that they use for communication and social activity into a learning tool.
Okay.
Before that, it kind of gets a little bit difficult unless you're doing gamification. So, unless you're doing educational games, younger children don't really want to read on a tablet. They really just want to do manipulate objects or play games. So, we kind of work toward the older end of the spectrum.
Got it. Okay, so I heard you say gamification. What does that mean?
So that's just when you turn some kind of educational activity into a game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And so, of course, I always ask because I'm always impressed with just the tenacity and the perseverance of Black women. We come through a lot to be able to achieve so much. So I want to hear a little bit more about your journey, and then tell me how you identify as a boss chick.
Okay. So to be honest, I have like an entrepreneur's heart. I always say I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and I think that came from family. My father was an entrepreneur. My grandmother owned a business. My mother was nothing, had wanted nothing to do with entrepreneurship. But my mother was in education. She was a lifelong educator. So I've always had some kind of entrepreneurial pursuits. And what that does for me is it allows me to really, if I have a job, like if I have a full-time role, it's because I want to do it. It's because it speaks to me and it's something that I enjoy. So entrepreneurship has kind of served as like a backup for me, to empower me to really do work that means something and work that I feel like I can make a difference with. So I feel very grateful that I can have a business, start a business, and then I know I can like keep myself afloat if I have to walk out of a role for whatever reason.
Yes, I understand that.
So I've worked in education for about 11 years. I was in public education, but I've also taught online classes for universities and college systems. Okay. So I've kind of been, in the background, really, as it relates to developing education and technology and the merge of the two. It wasn't until about maybe 5 or 7 years ago that the explosion of the connection of the two really took off. I mean, people used to be like, I don't want to go to class online, and you'll still hear people say that. They'll be like, what is that? I'm not doing that. But that was it was hugely unpopular when I first started working in it. People would be like, I'm not doing that. So, initially my role was to figure out how to let people know that this is okay. Classrooms are still okay. I love teachers. Teachers are okay. We're not trying to replace. Everything's not going to be a computer, we'll still have class. And then we transition into seeing this as an opportunity to learn new things, to hear from different people, to explore other cultures, to understand other languages or hear and see other cultures and languages. So that's kind of like, my journey, how I got to the place where I have a whole company where I'm trying, I'm running contracts, and I have a full-time role, and I have a child. So when it comes to what do I think makes me a boss chick, I think it's the ability to manage everything that's required of me as a Black woman today.
Yes.
Including running a business, including being a mom, including having my house clean, including cooking meals, figuring out what's for dinner.
Absolutely.
Showing up in the job or the role that I'm in at the time, and being the best I can be. Learning from other people, teaching other people about, me, and just trying to do that with as much grace as possible. So, it's not just owning a company. It's, I feel like you can be a boss chick as long as you're in command of everything you got going on in your life. Yeah. And you're doing it with grace, and you're doing it with humility, and you're keeping your mind right, exercise. I mean, the list goes on. I know, so
many things, so many things. So now there may be some aspiring boss chicks watching and who are trying to figure some things out and maybe getting things together so one day they can be on the show.
Okay, now.
What would you tell them in their pursuit right now? What's an important something to leave with them?
I would say ask for help. Always ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of times when you start a business or you want to start a business, you may not have any idea where to go, or you might see someone and you see their social media, you think they're so successful, but no person gets to be successful. No person gets to accomplish what they want to accomplish alone. You need someone. I don't care if it's just one person. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Connect with people, meet people. Everyone will not be able to help you, and every person you see, you should not be asking for something.
Yeah.
But sometimes you will make divine connections, and you will connect with people who are there just to inspire you and help you along your journey. So it took me a long time myself to learn that. I would look around. I didn't really see anyone that had a business. So, people were going to work and doing these things, and I couldn't figure certain things out, and I just didn't know what to do. And I'm telling you, like, it has made a world of difference just to reach out to other entrepreneurs, reach out to other women that I would see doing things, go to networking events and connect with people. I mean, it just makes a huge difference. So don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what I would say for anyone who.
And I think that's some good advice, because it took me a long time to even be able to do that.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally agree. Well, I want to say thank you for coming on and sharing. Can you tell everybody one more time the name of your company and how they can find it?
Yes. Okay. So the name of my company is called Professor Kaden and Company, but the website is just trainteachtheworld.com. So www.trainteachtheworld.com. It's also on Instagram and Facebook. So please feel free to get in touch. I'm happy to talk about entrepreneurship, motherhood, anything anybody feels led to reach out about.
All right, sounds good. Now I'm going to extend an invitation to you if you would like to stay for Girl Talk, which happens later on in the show. We can put you back in the waiting room, and when it's time, we will bring you back if you'd like to stay.
Of course, sure.
All right, thank you so much. All right, next up, we have Spotlight with Miss Lika. Hey.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Did you like your intro?
I did. I was like, ooh, what's coming up next? Oh, I'm excited.
Yes.
Look, like I don't know what's coming next. It's me.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do. You have your spotlight on beauty, and I am going to allow you to have the floor all by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Can you handle it?
Let me see. I think I can do it.
All right. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Take it away, Miss Lika.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ms. Lika the Diva, and I am your favorite skincare and beauty consultant. You didn't know I was your favorite, but I'm about to be your favorite after this segment. So, Miss Aisha asked me to talk a little bit about skincare and how you can look younger longer. Okay. So, I really just want to give you 3 tips. So, first tip is the earlier in your life that you start. Now, we can't go backwards. So, if you start today, maybe even tomorrow, that's better than waiting until whatever it is you don't want to show up to show up. So if you're thinking about, oh, look at those lines, look at this. If you start today, you'll be able to keep the skin you have today much longer. All right, so that's the first tip. Second tip, I strongly suggest knowing your skin type. So skin type really is just referring to what your skin does after you have washed it and then, dried it off, maybe put some moisturizer on, and then maybe an hour or so later, what your skin looks like after that. So I'm talking about, is it really dry? Is it really oily? Or is it some combination of the two? Or is it kind of none of the above? It's just normal, right? So I'll just share with you that I have combination to oily skin. So I am combination in my T-zone. I'm oily, excuse me, in my T-zone. And then my cheeks and my chin are pretty normal. Like they don't really like do anything weird. They're not super dry. It's not super oily. But my forehead and my nose, definitely oily. So that's called combination skin because I have both things going on. So understanding that, and then also understanding that your skin type can change a little bit depending on the season. So some people have really, really oily skin in the summertime, but then it's really, really dry in the winter time. Now, it's good to know these things about your skin and what it does in the different seasons because that you choose your skincare regimen based on that. So that brings me to point number 3, understanding that there are 5 basic components to a great skincare routine. I'm about to tell you what they are. So first is you want to make sure that you're cleansing, right? So we gotta cleanse the makeup and the dirt and whatever off of your face. Okay. I'm gonna talk about what I mean by dirt if you're like, I don't wear makeup though. So you want to make sure that you cleanse. Always, always cleanse. You also want to make sure that your skincare routine has an exfoliation component to it. So whether that's a mask that you may do once or twice a week, or maybe a light exfoliant that you use every day when you are cleansing your face, and or maybe a slightly more aggressive exfoliant like microdermabrasion or like a hyaluronic acid, something like that, a product with those ingredients in it that you might only do once or twice a week, maybe every other week, depending on your skin. Okay, so you want to cleanse, you want to exfoliate, you want to freshen or tone. So many of us are very familiar with witch hazel being used as a toner or a freshener. Sometimes you already have it built into your skincare routine, depending on what the products are that you use. So you want to make sure you're cleansing, you're exfoliating, you're toning, and then moisturizing. So even if you have oily or combination skin, you still need to moisturize because moisturizer is giving your skin a drink of water, and water is very different from oil. Can we agree to that? Okay. So cleanse, exfoliate, tone, moisturize, and one of the last and most important components is to protect your skin. And in my opinion, protecting your skin is it's like 2 parts. So the first part would be sunscreen, so SPF anything. So I suggest a bare minimum of an SPF 15 or 20, and that is for anyone, regardless of whether you're a woman of color or not. Because I know some of us women of color are like, girl, don't black don't crack. I don't need sunscreen. Yes, you do. Even if you use a light sunscreen or a lesser, a smaller SPF number, that's always good. And then the other part of the protection stage would be something that gives a barrier between your skin and the elements. The elements being the sun, the dust in the air. I happen to live in Los Angeles, so we have this thing called smog. So it's just, emissions from cars and stuff in the air. So think about it like this. If you were to wash your car and then park it outside on your driveway, not under a tree, but even if it was under a tree, think about if you left it out there for about an hour, what would you see on your what was clean an hour ago car, right? Usually it's dust that settles from the air and all of that. So that's what I'm talking about protecting your skin from. So if you're bare skinned outside, all that dirt that you saw on your car is also now sitting on your face. So with all of those things, you want to make sure, again, the 5 basic components of a great skincare routine is to cleanse, exfoliate, tone, moisturize, and protect. And I meant to tell you the protection stage, the second part, the barrier between your skin and the elements, it can be something very basic as like foundation. Even if you don't wear a ton of makeup, but even if you just put a foundation, it gives something for the dirt to sit on instead of going in your pores. It'll sit on the makeup. And then You want to make sure that you are cleansing and doing the skincare routine 2 times a day. First thing in the morning, and then last thing before you go to bed, because otherwise all that dirt that's sitting on your face, dirt and makeup and whatever, is now on your pillow, and we don't want that. Okay, so those are the very, very basics of skincare that I wanted to share today. I know Aisha only told me that I only have a few minutes, so I didn't want to talk too long. I wanted to give you the basics, but I am a skincare and makeup skincare and beauty consultant. So if you are interested in having a consultation with me, even though I'm in the Los Angeles area, if you are not, I do virtual consultations. So definitely feel free to hit me up. I'm on Instagram, Ms. Lika the Diva on Instagram and Facebook. And I am Makeup by Ms. Lika on Instagram and YouTube. So that's my spotlight for today. If you have any questions, Aisha, I'm ready for you to come back.
All right. Thank you so very much. I learned a lot. Okay. So, well, I don't really hardly ever wear makeup except for like Monday nights. All right. So, all right. So thank you so very much. And I want to also extend an invitation to you to stay for Girl Talk if you so graciously choose. All right. Well, that's up next. So sit tight and let's get ready for Girl Talk. Oh, yes. It's time for Girl Talk with Dawn B, Latanya, Eudania, and yours truly, your laid back, down to earth life coach. All right, ladies, it's time to decide. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? Think about it, but whatever you choose, just don't forget the wine. All right, now, it's time to get this conversation started. Hey, everybody's here. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Uh-oh, I hear an echo. Okay. All right. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time this evening, I would like to go over the rules. So as you saw in the intro, we have 3 categories. We have a question, a scenario, and now we've added a personal truth. So you will, yeah, and that was Dawn's suggestion. So we're going to see how this goes. She always likes to liven things up, right? So we're going to see how this goes. All right. So, and I also like to go in like a clockwise type of order, but sometimes I mess that up. So just flow with me, okay? But first up, since Eudania is right next to me, I'm going to ask her what she would like to choose. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth? What'd you say?
Question.
Okay. All right. So it says, you enter a restaurant, you notice your partner on a date. What do you do? All right, Eudania, you have the floor.
Well, no. I enter into a restaurant, see my partner on a date. I'm walking up to the table respectfully because I need to maintain my posture, my character. I don't want to get crazy in the restaurant. I still got to, maintain that. And gonna ask him, what's going on? Now, what's this here? Can we, explain this? To him and not to her. I'm not going to get indignant with her because, this is focused towards him. So yeah, I would ask him, yeah, can you explain what is this? What's going on?
Oh, okay, I definitely agree. Anybody else want to chime in?
Okay, how do I know it's a date? This is obviously a date, right?
That's
well, if it's your partner, I'm thinking you probably, hopefully, if he's out to dinner with somebody.
I mean, it could be girl talk. No, I hear a feedback though. It's like somebody has
Okay, let me see.
Their phone up or.
Okay, I think. Well, I muted Latanya and I don't hear it anymore. So.
It's a second device on. Okay, so I would do one of 2 things. wow out because it's gonna catch me off guard. And like try to swipe all the shit off the table. Or
Go ahead.
It depends on if I'm PMSing or menstrual or menopausing or something.
One of those.
Or I'm gonna sit down and eat with them, like grab his plate and just sit down and eat, like a lunatic, like, and that's it.
That's all. That's all.
That's all. Miss Dawn, just let me know. Like, just call me before you do all that because I just want to watch the show.
Right. Somebody catch it. It'll be on YouTube.
It will be on YouTube. I think, wow, if I walk into a restaurant and my partner is on a date, okay, so for me, my partner is my husband. Yeah, I'm kind of with Dawn. Like, how do I know it's a date? Like, what does it look like? I mean, him sitting across the table from somebody doesn't necessarily mean it's a date. But now if they're sitting on the same side of the table, we got a problem. And I can say I can't even predict what my response will be, but I see myself sitting down at that table somehow. That's one of those things that, man, I just haven't planned for. So yeah, I see myself sitting down like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, tell me what's up.
This is why I asked. This is why I said, when I approach a table, I'm going to ask what's going on first.
I think I might sit down first.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But you said date. Right. However, when I approach the table, what kind of date is this? A business? The word date just needs to come out.
I hear you.
Take the date out.
I hear you. Yes, but I'm saying if they're sitting on the same side of the table, there's not a whole lot to really ask. There's not a lot of conversation to have. Did anybody else want to chime in? Nope, nothing else to say. LaTanya, no. Oh, what'd you say? I can't hear you. Are you muted?
No, she just unmuted herself, but the sound is not coming through.
Oh man, I don't know what happened. There was feedback at first and now there's nothing. Okay. Well, audience, I want you to know we did have sound check before the show started. I don't know what's happening now. All right. So I will go on to, I'm going to go on to Dawn. If you feel like you want to add something, later, let me know. Okay, LaTanya? Because not sure why it's doing that. All right, Dawn, would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Now, I came up with personal truth. I must have been.
That was your suggestion.
I must have been talking about my ex-husband and shit. Like, what did we come up? How did we decide? What was we going to say? What's personal truth about?
A personal truth, like something, like kind of like truth or dare, but a truth.
Okay, I think I'll try it. Let's try it.
You're gonna try it? Okay.
My personal truth, a personal truth.
Have you ever pretended to leave your house so your company could leave?
That's the personal truth. Oh, thank God. I was about to make I was like, that one time in college.
Have you ever done that?
Have I ever pretended to leave my house so that company would leave?
Yeah.
And no. I'd just be like, you got to go.
It's time to go.
I'm sleepy. I might have said something that I had to do, but I didn't get my bag on and shit and walk out with my slippers. I usually wear my slippers to the car. I think I've made up or had a phone call or disappeared for an extended amount of time.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel, and it probably maybe somebody younger asked this question. I don't know. I just kind of feel like at this age and with me, having a career and a house and a family, why do I need to pretend to do anything? It was nice having you over.
Girl, you got to go.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Let's do this again soon. But
Or
yeah.
not.
No.
Ooh. Okay.
You ain't got to go home, but
Right.
you got to get up out of here.
Exactly.
Aisha,
Yes.
I find myself always something that I don't like. I find myself saying it around people. Just say if somebody did something that I don't like, and the people, just say if I have a friend there, right? And I
Mhm.
could say, you know what? Oh God, I hate when people leave my shower curtains open. And long ago, they left the shower curtains open. That's my way of telling you, don't ever leave the shower curtain open again. So I
Oh, okay.
find myself saying things about people here in a nice way, maybe about somebody else, but I'm really talking about you.
Ooh, that's
So you
passive aggressive.
throwing shady hints, shady hints, like throwing hints on the shady side. All right,
So
I got you. Yeah.
mhm,
Note to self. Okay, I will keep. I will pay attention to that. All right. Anybody else want to chime in before I move on to the next person?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Latanya, can you say something so I can know if you're working
Can you hear
again?
me now?
I can. All right, good. So, would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Give me a scenario.
A scenario. All right, we got a brave one. You ready?
What brave? Wait.
All right. All right. It says,
Oh.
I've been dating a guy for 6 months. I like him a lot, but we seem to have a recurring issue. His best friend is a girl. I am not sure if it's the fact that his best friend is a girl that they made a pact that they will always put each other first no matter who came into their lives, or the fact that he's so uncomfortable admitting that he's with her if I call and they are together. I feel some type of way, but I'm confused. Am I overreacting? How should I handle this? I'm going to leave it up there for a couple more seconds so you can process. All right. Did you get it
Ooh.
all, Latanya?
Yeah, I definitely did. So, because it's not my situation, I'm gonna give advice to the person who is actually in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
If you're uncomfortable with a situation like that in the beginning, it's really just best to leave the whole relationship alone. She's been with the person for 6 months. She's still not comfortable. He's not comfortable even admitting when he's with her. And it could be for various reasons, maybe because the female is uncomfortable with the relationship with the best friend or whatever the reason is. It doesn't get better after 6 months. So I wouldn't be bothered with it, like, at all. That's just like it's not worth it. And then as women, people a lot of times pretty much tend to put up with things just to have a piece of a man, and it's just not worth it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I wouldn't. She needs whoever submitted the question or the scenario. I mean, the scenario, girl, run. Just get out of it. That's my opinion.
Mhm.
And that's what I would do if I were in a situation. I just
gotcha.
wouldn't be bothered with it.
Well, I mean, I can see. So this is the thing. Um, there's some key things that she said in there because when I met my husband, he told me up front he had two female best friends, and
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, okay, but I just kind of sat back and watched because I'm like, well, what does this mean, right? So I did notice that the two best friends that he had a different relationship with both of them. So one of them seemed like a best friend, like they hung out a lot, they did a lot of things together, they had a lot in common, and one seemed more like a sister, like she was always there. If he needed her, he was her ride or die. She understood all his quirkiness, you know what I mean? But I had told him up front, I was like, if I ever feel uncomfortable, I will let you know, right? I never felt like they were threatened by me. I wasn't threatened by them. And like, I mean, a couple of times at the very beginning, I remember like somebody called in the middle of the, well, my considered middle of the night, like 2 o'clock in the morning they called, or like 10 o'clock they called to go somewhere. And I was like, yeah, that I don't like that, especially since they know we're in a relationship. But he did something about it. So I think the fact that we had a conversation and he responded to let me know that he cared about how I felt about it made a big difference. So if she's in this relationship and she's letting him know she's uncomfortable, and he was like, well, we said we put each other first, and that's the end of it. Yeah, why deal with that? Because that's going to be a struggle.
My issue with that situation is because I don't have an issue with, like, even my husband with female friends. If I'm uncomfortable with the situation, then if I speak about it and it continues to happen, then he has a female friend, and I actually love her. Like, she's super cool. The problem with that situation is they vowed to keep each other first.
Right.
So if their relationship progresses to the point where they're married, do you, like, is this best friend still going to be put first? Like, that's
the part I have to hang up with. What kind of third grade ass pack is that? Like, third grade, all we grown.
Yeah, I agree
with that part. That's like little kid shenanigans. Right. However, I am usually the best friend, the girl best friend.
Right.
Dawn B rolls with the guys. In fact, I was best woman in my guy's wedding. And I felt like some of the bridesmaids was like, she over there, she nah, ain't these is my N-words. All right. That was my meaning. But what I do as a girlfriend, best friend, I don't go out of my way, but I certainly make their women feel comfortable. Like, because I already know, like, if I walk in, like, I would want that. Like, so I'm very warm. If you're a quality woman, you've been around 6-8 months, I'm gonna treat you well, and I respect boundaries. I'll leave early, even if I'm drunk. Okay, y'all can have some personal time, but no, I just, it's up to both parties, the girl best friend and the guy, to make the new or just make the next person comfortable. Let's just be honest. Because if you're not making me comfortable, then you have intentions other than what you say you have, and then it's gonna be a bad sis.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I learned. Yeah, I agree. I think I learned that early.
We're gonna be best friends forever. Like, are we gonna always keep each other first? Like, what?
That was nice.
I'm not doing that at all.
Yes. But I think I learned that early on in my early 20s, because I have a really good, I'm an only child. So growing up in Los Angeles with no siblings, no family around, I tended to, like, make close friends my family. So, like, I've got like a couple brothers, a couple sisters, that kind of thing. And so one of my brothers, right out of college, I think it was, he let me stay in an apartment that was on his property. And we were close. And then he had a fiance. And I don't remember. I don't know if I asked him to do something or I don't remember. But I remember his wife was not comfortable with it. And he was like, I can't do it. And I think at that moment I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't insisting, like, no, you got to do this for me or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, now, I understand, we lost you, Dania. So I think that's true. I think as long as you show respect, it shouldn't be a problem. But if he's not showing respect, I don't think that's a good way to go.
Right.
All right. So I think we've answered that question. All right, who's next? Dr. Keisha. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. You sure? All right, so you get to choose a question, a scenario, or a personal truth.
A question.
A question? All right, let's see what we have in the realm of questions. If your child hit you in your face during an argument, would you hit your child back? People are laughing. I can't even get it out. Okay. If your child hit you in your face during an argument, would you hit your child back?
Who is watching this?
I don't know. All I see is a number. I don't know. I can't
I
see.
have to say no. I have to. I don't know who's gonna see.
Right. Yo, how's that? Make Dr. Keisha's face blurry while she answers this.
Right.
With her voice too.
Exactly.
That's so funny. She said I have to say no. Okay. All right. Latanya, you and I both have teenage daughters. You want to go first, or what do you say?
Look. No. First of all, I try to control. I wouldn't want to. I try not. When my daughter, when her teenage ways get in the way and the voice gets a little high, I'm like, "Who you talking to?" So that usually controls the situation. But yeah, the way I was brought up, if somebody hit me in my face, it's like, like
it's like a reflex. It's like a reflex, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be like a child hits the floor type of situation. I'm just be real, like,
hey, if my kid hit me in the face, they better knock me out. And then leave.
Well, let's clarify. I would say this: like, if a child is like an infant or 2 or something like that, okay. I don't think you need to hit that child back in the face. John is like, I don't know. But I'm thinking because I'm thinking my baby is 15, so I see a teenager. If she or he, any of them, swing at me, not even land a hit. If you swing at me, that means you want to fight. You're my size or bigger.
That means you want to fight.
That's what it means, because my kids are bigger than me now. You guys know I'm only 5'2". So if you swing at me, you want to fight. You're telling me you want to fight. So I'm with you. I'm not going to directly answer the question like Dr. Keisha, but it is what it is.
I'm telling you, I better get knocked out, and I better be wake up a week later. I better forget. It better be knocked out of my mind.
All the way out.
No, man. No, man.
Funny.
An 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. They're gonna be like, they're gonna get back to school like, what happened? Did you? That looked like it hit your mama ass whooping you got right there.
It's a specific type.
Yeah, that's the only way they're gonna be knocked. Oh, girl, take that question out.
It's already used now. So what we gonna do? Exactly. Move on. All right.
Because I don't want us to get too graphic, and someone from like DCFS or the CPS is on here.
Well,
like,
well, it hasn't happened. It's not
no,
like
No.
My kids are. Well, if somebody else's child hit me in the face, I'm going to you know the age of these little girls.
You're gonna hope that they knock you out to the point where you don't remember, right?
Sometimes you don't know the age of these little girls. They bigger, you know what I'm saying? They stacked and
yeah.
they be all like you on the stand. Unless they call me ma'am, it's going down.
Somebody said, "Help me, Jesus," with this question. I know, right? That's probably all you be saying, Jesus, 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 because you know. Yes. Okay. Lika and Eudania, did you want to say anything?
I don't have any kids, so my first question was, how old is this child? But we've already kind of covered that. So, but yeah, I have reflexes, and they have been tested by adults playfully, and playfully, I knocked the air out their chest. So,
playfully,
but I didn't like. It was a reflex. I didn't know. But no, I wouldn't hit a kid. But it would be a problem.
Gotcha.
It would be a problem. I know that.
Yes, Eudania.
Well, I'm with Miss Lika. I don't have any children.
Okay.
I don't know until it happened. Ooh,
that's a safe
I can't even
answer.
tell you what I might do.
That's very safe. Very safe.
I don't know. hopefully it never happens.
Yeah. Hopefully it never happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's not test that theory. Like, let's just not test it out.
I'm with you. All right, Lika, what would you like? What would you like?
Oh my God, I'm scared now. Now that I've seen everybody else's questions and scenarios and whatnot, I'm a little scared. But you know what? I think I'll round it out and let's do a personal truth and hope I don't regret it.
All right. You ready?
You complete the fifth.
Okay. When you sing in the car, do you sing lead or background?
This is an easy question for me because the first part of my career was as a singer. So I am the lead all the time. And I have whole concerts.
Okay. Whole concerts in the car.
Not like today. Like whole concert. Yeah. Right. So yes, I sing lead. I might also do some background work too. Might do some harmonies even, but yeah, it's usually lead.
Okay, I've got to see now. You know, since we've been in the the quarantine pandemic, there's a lady that I've seen where she has like this virtual thing where she's got like 50 screens on. Well, let's say 10. She's got like 10 different screens, and she's singing a song, but she's singing all the parts, and it sounds amazing. Yes. Have you tried that?
Girl, no. No. And you won't ever see that anywhere from me. I've seen some of those and they're amazing. Maybe not that woman's, but yes, I have seen some people do some amazing things with themselves. But that is not my ministry.
That's not your ministry. Okay, I got you. All right, yeah. Everybody. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Okay, Nicole.
All right, cool. All right, so we're running out of time. Did anybody want to say that was her personal truth? You don't necessarily have to respond. Anybody want to say?
Sing lead, background, instrumental.
Everything. You got the doo-wops, you got the bebops, you got all of it.
Yeah. I'm well-rounded in the car when the music is on.
I know.
Yeah. What about the shower? Anybody? I mean, now I'm changing the question.
The acoustics in the shower
are the bomb, right? We're all lead singers in the shower.
Man.
I just jokes in the shower. I had a friend that told me I should only sing instrumental.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that.
I'm terrible. But Whitney Houston made me feel like I was a singer, honey.
All right.
Carolyn. I think I'm Whitney.
Okay, y'all. It's 7:54. You guys want to just?
You have time. You have to get one.
Okay.
Yeah, you got time.
All right. I'm gonna do a scenario. Let's see what this is, and hopefully it'll be everybody can jump in. All right. It says a male friend of mine who's married sent a package to my house. I opened the package to see a Gucci box and inside a $300 Gucci necklace. I really don't communicate with him much since he got married 2 years ago, other than basic reactions or comments on my FB or IG posts. I asked him why he sent it, and he said, just because you deserve it. The necklace is really cute, and I really like Gucci. We've never been romantically involved at all. How should I handle this? So I will say this. I just have always believed that dabbling and messing around with married couples is dangerous. So it might be cute, it might be expensive, but you do not want that drama. Send it back.
Well, what you gonna do with it? Send it back to Gucci?
Send it back to Gucci, give it to somebody. I don't know, but I wouldn't want that attached to me. Because you don't know. Does the wife know? Is the wife gonna find the receipt and find out where did this $300 Gucci necklace go? Because you didn't get
my address not on there. My address not on there. How'd look on me?
Yeah. It was you. That's your scenario. That was your scenario.
That was my scenario. No, it wasn't.
Okay, well, go ahead and answer then, Dawn. So I guess you kept it.
That's what I'm answering. How it look.
I don't want those kind of problems.
I just have questions. I have questions. Like the scenario didn't give all the information that I personally needed.
Okay. Like what?
So kind of going back to the first scenario we had, like, am I cool with the wife? Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it did kind of say that the male friend and the inquirer don't really talk that much anymore. So that does seem a little weird.
Yeah.
Another question, just kind of, I guess, is okay, to me, $300 is a lot. To someone else, $300 may not be a lot. So, like, are we in that upper echelon of, the tax bracket where $300 is like whatever? Because like, sometimes it's relative. I'm just saying, like, these are real things. Like, if we were all Kardashians up in here, okay, maybe that's not a good, like, in the Kardashian tax bracket. Let's not talk about
who cares what he paid for it?
We're in their tax bracket. $300 is like the same as the $5 you and I have in our wallet, right? Just tax bracket wise, and how much income we got, how much money we got. So I'm just saying, like, we gotta kind of contextualize some of this. But at the end of the day, I don't know.
In fact, I wouldn't even say nothing.
Does your wife have one of these too? Does she have the $600 version? Like, I'm gonna need to know.
I don't want no part.
Oh my God. I would say, oh my God, this is nice. And I wouldn't even call him.
Oh.
I would have just put it on.
Act like it was an anonymous donor.
Yeah, she didn't have to communicate with him.
It's a token of appreciation for my
honor and respect. It was her birthday.
But they're not really friends. All they do is
I don't care.
comment on Facebook.
I was waiting for the scenario to be, he sent this to my house, and I just needed to know, was it like it was a surprise for the wife and he couldn't send it to his own house? But then why couldn't you send it to your job? Like, I had many questions.
Why does he have
a lot of questions?
You're close.
The thing that makes me raise an eyebrow about this is the fact that they were friends. And since he got married, their friendship changed to where the only thing he does is like comment on her pictures or maybe like a picture or something like that. So to me, that lets me know that there's a specific issue with the wife where they're no longer really friends anymore. So for him to just send this, so in my opinion, like I said, my husband has friends.
If he sent them a $300 Gucci necklace,
someone a $300 necklace, I won't be comfortable with it. Especially like if the wife knew, but in this particular scenario, I don't think the wife even knows about this because the dynamics of their relationship changed when he got married.
Right. That's a key part. I agree.
What I was saying, I have questions.
He has her address.
I need more info.
He has her. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, good point. He has her address, right? She didn't say she went to the post office or went to Amazon
ran into him at
locker and pick it up. Right.
Well, addresses don't change.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
If you move, they do.
If you move, they do. But
yeah, I would not be okay if my husband sent somebody a Gucci necklace.
That wasn't the scenario.
I don't care. What do you mean?
It was what would you do? Send it back? She said, what would she do? Send it back? Keep it? Wear it?
Okay.
What?
Right. So because I have a husband and I would not be okay if he sent somebody a 300 or whatever type of necklace, I would not be okay with that. So in the reverse, I would not want to accept it because I know if the shoe were on the other foot, I would not be cool. So I'm saying I don't want that kind of drama. Take your necklace, just keep on comment on my FB and my IG, but we're not doing that. I don't want to be involved.
But now you gotta talk to him.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you don't have to talk to him. Just return it to Gucci. You don't even have to
get a purse. This is so confusing.
just sell me the $300 to my bank account and say that it was because I did a service or something.
That's the same thing as getting a necklace.
Yeah.
I'll go get my own necklace.
Cash.
I don't know, y'all.
I don't know. He might not like. I'm not a.
Maybe that's why I got an ex-husband.
That's probably why I got no husband. So there's all of these.
Right.
I'm taking it.
Okay,
and I'm waiting on the show next week too.
Yes. Guess what time it is?
8.
All right.
Mm.
Exactly. And it's time for me to close. But before we close, I wanted to show you guys our new merchandise. Well, some of our new merchandise. We have a t-shirt. Look at me. Oh, I
Ooh,
know,
that's
right?
a
It
cute
says Candid
picture.
Conversations, Girl Talk on the front, and on the back, Boss
Yeah.
Chick. Yes, I know you want
Cute.
one. All right.
Mhm.
So if you want more information, you can message me. What are the other options? Email me at I
Send a
am Aisha
Gucci to
Isreal.
your address.
Send a Gucci necklace to my address. All right, cool. All right, but it has been an absolute joy for our first day back, our first episode back with all of the boss chicks. So I want to thank you, Dania, Don B, and Latanya for being my co-hosts, and you will see them next week. Thank you, Miss Lika, for your spotlight on beauty, and she will be back next month, maybe, but definitely in November. We'll talk about October. And Dr. Keisha Kidan, did I say it right? Okay, as our boss chick, for gracing our presence, and keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate all that you're doing in the community. And if you would like to find out more about her, can you give your website one more time? Because you were at the top of the
Mhm.
show. So just in case somebody wasn't there.
Yep, it's www.trainteachtheworld.com.
All right, thank you. And Lika, what's your website one more time?
So I am on Instagram and Facebook as Ms. Lika the Diva, and Ms. Lika is just like it shows up on the screen. MS, no period, Lika, the Diva.
All right, sounds good. Why is my screen not working? All right. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 1 of season 4. I'm really excited that we even have a season 4. This has gone really well. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get notification when we come on again. Next week, we will have Nicole Wheatley as our boss chick, and we're going to have a spotlight on money with Miss Terrence. So please don't forget to tune in again. And of course, we have Girl Talk as always. But this is Aisha Isreal reminding you to know and embrace true love because you are worth it. Have a blessed evening and a wonderful week. Good night.